What is up, guys and gals? It's me, your old buddy Mr. Moose, back with another edition of Transport Fever. That's right, it's time to don our hard hats, bust out our wallets, and begin to construct and demolish in order to build a better world. And that's what we're going to work on today. This is episode 27 of our free play series on our US theme map. And we are anxiously awaiting the passenger rail here in Torrance because it is the first thing that we got to work on today. We got to do some upgrades, and that means we've got to replace, well, not replace, but we've got to add on to this line. If you look, we have 345 willing participants to pay money to get on our rail here in Torrance, and well, we're not moving them fast enough because this particular rail only holds 168, so that means we need another choo-choo. So yeah, today we are going to make an addition to the family, and that's going to start down here in Kansas City where our train depot is. And that also means we've got to make a little adjustment to our track because I made a boo-boo when I laid this whole thing out, and it's this little piece of track here. I didn't put catenary on it, and the problem is if I try to put it on right now, the computer's going to laugh at me. Train alignment collision. Why would you think, since you already have catenary underneath this bridge, why would you think you could possibly just easily put it on there? Now, no. You'd have to demolish this building, take this bridge down, just to lay that little bit of track and to make that little bit of adjustment, and then you will have a nightmare to try to get this bridge back in, I guarantee. And you'd probably end up losing a whole lot more buildings. So instead of doing that, I'm going to opt for the less painful route, which is we're just going to come right down here with our tool, and we'll put a little diamond crossing in. We'll start right here, come right up here, boom. Simple. Now we have a diamond intersection, which means when that train comes out of the shed there, it can just come on down this side of the track, load up, and then head on out. Now, just for giggles, I'm going to put a signal right there. And there's a signal already right here to hold a train coming in. So you should be able to switch over with no problems. We're good to go. What else do we need to do? We need to put some signals on this end. Do we need any signals on this end just to tell it that it can go? Yeah, we probably need a signal up here telling it it's okay to come up to at least here. Yeah, that'll let it get into here. All right, so as soon as this train is done and ready to roll, we will go ahead and set another train on the line. So let's go ahead, pause the game and build our train, and then we can go. So this particular train is 8 cars long plus the engine. And it features an electric choo-choo Maku. We're using the EMD AEM7 on this line because it does go 125 miles an hour versus the E60C from GE, which only does 99 miles an hour. So, and it is actually getting up to speed, so it will work for us. Now we could use the HHP8, which also does 124 miles an hour, but it costs so much money to operate. I really don't like it that much. So we're going to use this one in favor of making more profit because the line right now is doing pretty good. Just the one train car alone is making $5 million in profit. So if I add a second one onto it, we'll probably make about 8. Because we will have a little overlap. We'll probably deplete the numbers here in the beginning, so each train's not going to live up to its full potential, but we will do pretty good. I only need one of those. Double click fever. All right, so but I need 8 of these to go on the back of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, 226, 256, too many. All right, so that is done. We'll move that up here into the window. We'll get rid of that. We shall get rid of this. We should go up here, press play, and as soon as this one gets headed out, we will bring this one to the line and start getting it set up to go. Look at our numbers generate here. 181 people going to Torrance. Those numbers will go bye-bye real quick. That's all right. It's not really the numbers down here that I'm worried about. It's the numbers up here that I'm worried about, because this station up here, 240. So if we've got that many people, we definitely need a second train. But like I said, we're going to deplete the numbers a little bit. So in the beginning, it'll knock our profit margin down a little bit, but that just gives us room to grow, and we can eventually make more and more money. So let's get this guy rolling, and then we'll get on to our next little upgrade. And that's what today's program is going to basically be. It's going to be a lot of upgrades. You may remember in our last episode, we had some issues with trains getting a little old in the tooth and needed to be replaced. So we're going to work on that today. Eventually, we need to come over here and work on the transit system in this area, because it is lacking sorely. All right, so this is KC Torrance, and probably put it on the line when it gets to about here. That should get the timing on both of them pretty close to each other. Yeah, let's go ahead and let it come on out. It does have a build up a little bit of speed here. It has to do slow all the way until it gets the whole train out of the shed. So hopefully I've got my timing where both of them pull in the stations just about the same time. Ultimately, we want them leaving both at the exact same time. Ooh, I'm a little bit off. I waited a little too long to get this one going. That one just entered the station. This one's going to be a little bit behind it. What I can do is this. I can pause this right there. Just pause it for a second. Let that one get on into the station so it can do its thing. Oh, we got the little saving thing going on. Auto save. What just happened? Why did it flip around? That wasn't right. Pause. Well, let's this one get on out, and then we'll restart. I guess maybe I didn't get the pause in, and it was loading passengers through the whole autosave. Doesn't make any sense to me, but okay. All right, that one is starting to move out. Now that it's moving out, this one can move out. This one's headed to Kansas City. This one's headed to Torrance. Looking good. How many people are on board? 131. Not bad for its maiden voyage. And then up here, we have 345 people. I don't think this train ever unloaded, so it is what it is. But that's okay. The upgrade's been done. It will all wash out here soon enough. Next thing we got to work on is this cargo area here. A lot of upgrades that need to be made here with our trains and everything. I got to turn some icons off. Nope, not that. Nope, yep, turn some buses off. I don't need to see all of them moving around. Get rid of that. All right, so if you recall, we had quite a few trains that were getting a little old in the tooth and need to be replaced. So today we're going to take advantage of that, and we're also going to make a few changes to the lines to maybe increase profitability a little bit more in this area. Now, the computer continues to shuffle food over here to Thousand Oaks, Oklahoma City, even though I've put a bulk food line in, and our bulk train is, well, it's just not getting enough food. So we want to do that. We also have got to deplete these loads over here that are going on. So what I hope to do today is adjust all the lines and go single service out of here for each of the lines. And basically what that means is convert Thousand Oaks, Oklahoma City over to a fuel only line. convert the Irving run over to a construction goods only line, and then we'll have the bulk food only line. And by doing that, I think we can eliminate, make more profit on our lines, because they're not doing as well as you want, doing little bits of this and a little bit of that. The trains are never fully loaded, and so I think by doing this, we can maximize the trains out, get them fully loaded, and we can get them going, and we can get them making money. So if we look at our rail system right now, my Irving line is just losing money, and one of the reasons why this train is dirt old, if we look at the details on it, it's 69 years old. So it's I don't know, yeah, it's not really making any money. It's losing every year. So we want to do something to up our profitability. So I think adjusting this line is going to be the key to the whole thing. So I really would like to get this food number down a little bit before we do this, but I don't know if it's going to, because I have a feeling this guy is just going to pump more and more food into it. All right, there's food coming out of there. Going to Oklahoma City. We're down to 152. Please don't put any more food into it. Oh, it did, of course. It just pumps more and more into it. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to get it down. And the problem is, and the reason why I don't want this to do, is because when I make this change, whatever I leave on the line is going to stay on the line until I do something with the station. I can't just clear out the station and get rid of all the goods. I guess I probably could, if I did something drastic like add catenaries to it or something like that. Then I could maybe clear out the goods out of it, but yeah. Anyways, so let's pause for the cause, and we're going to make a couple of adjustments here to make this work. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get rid of all that food. I wish I could. All right, so we've got all our lines up here. Let's go ahead and bring them up so I can see them. Irving, and then I've got Thousand Oaks, Oklahoma City. Thousand Oaks bulk food. Those are the lines that I need today to work with, and we'll just go ahead and put them up here in the corner so I can see them, because we got to make some adjustments to the routes, and then we're going to change the names of them, which we can go ahead and change the names of them real quick. So this is T Oaks bulk food. That's fine. This is going to become T Oaks bulk brick, right? Since it's doing brick, right? Or building materials. So that's T Oaks. Let's add the word bulk to it. That's T Oaks bulk brick. That is going to be our construction materials line. There we go. And then this is going to become T Oaks bulk fuel. Oops. Got a little ahead of myself there. All right, so now I have a food, a brick, and a fuel line all headed out and going this way. Now I need to make sure that they go to each city, and I also need to make sure that the routing on all this is proper. And so let's get this guy out of the way so I can actually see what I'm doing. All right, so I want to bring this up. I want some waypoints here. Now, the reason I'm going to put a set of waypoints is the computer has a bad habit of, even though you're adjusting the routes, it taking its own consideration of how it wants to adjust the route. So I'm going to go ahead and set a set of waypoints in here just to be safe, to make sure all my routes get adjusted right. And I'm going to verify all my routes before I get this completely done. So we'll start with our bulk food, or bulk fuel, which is going to be this one. All right, lower Thousand Oaks. It's going to come into the Oklahoma City exchange, but I want to make sure that it comes in via this. Oh, come on, get rid of what I want to get rid of. I hate that the escape key doesn't always do what you want it to do. Bulk fuel, bring it back up. All right, so I want to add a station in lower Thousand Oaks. I'm going to come into this Oklahoma City Exchange, which is right there, but I want to make sure it comes in via the waypoint. That makes sure it comes in on this side of the tracks. Then I go from Oklahoma City Exchange up to Irving, where we're going to come into here, and it's not going to matter where we come into here. So actually it will matter where we come into here, because I don't want it on that other siding. I want it on this side. There we go. And then everything will return back after it leaves the Irving branch. It will go back to Thousand Oaks, and I just want to verify that it's coming in on the right platform here in Thousand Oaks, which is this platform, and that is that. That is good. So we are finished with that one for now. I can move it back down here. The brick line, which only went to Irving before, now has to go into Oklahoma City. So we'll come up to Oklahoma City. We'll check the waypoint up here. Let's go ahead and say add station, lower Thousand Oaks, come through this waypoint, go into Oklahoma City. Yep. And then we are going to go up to Irving, which is fine. And then we need Thousand Oaks waypoint 2. We want to verify that that is correct and that nothing has been switched down here by the AI. That is good. That goes into there. That is fine. That line is ready to roll as well. And then the bulk food line already goes lower Thousand Oaks, but it goes up here and comes up here. I want to make sure everything is just right on it, because what I've seen is sometimes, see, it's crossing tracks right here. See how it's making it go out to the other side of the tracks? I don't want it to do that. I want it to come through here. So I want to go lower Thousand Oaks. Then it goes through Thousand Oaks signal number 26. That's down in the switch yard there. So we want to be after that. We want to add in the waypoint right before the Oklahoma City Exchange. So we'll add station. I'll add in this particular waypoint. That'll switch it and make sure it stays on this track. This basically is going to be an express coming out. Then we go Oklahoma City to the Irving branch. Let's make sure it puts it into the proper platform up here, because I want everything going in on this one platform. It is switching it over to the other one. So let's go ahead and put this waypoint in. Oops, we want it before the branch. Oh, this one isn't going into the right one either. So let's get this one over here. There we go. And the spacing will be right on our trains, so it's not going to matter about that. I'm not really worried about it not getting into the station or running into anything in the station, because the spacing should be pretty good on all of the trains. But I do want to make sure that when it gets back down here, it comes into the proper area. Everything looks good. So now we need to do some replacements of some vehicles on these lines, and that's the next thing. So we'll come into replacement. This train, we're going to delete all of the original replacement stuff. There we go. And we'll set our vehicle for this particular line. We're going to be using our diesel as always. Now this is our bulk fuel, so we want sort of this orangish color that looks more like the fuel containers in the game. So we'll go ahead and add that in as our engine, and then we're going to put nothing but fuel containers on here. So we'll just smack those all up there until we get to 242, which is the longest train that we can do safely for this particular line. And we'll switch that over to replace. That will be good. Brick, we're going to replace our brick line now and get rid of all the old trains that are on it. And the color of this is going to be that dark brownish looking brick color. So we'll set that engine up on there, and then we'll load it with nothing but state cars. And again, getting our length up to 242 meters. We'll set that to replace all the trains on that particular line. And our food line is good. It doesn't need anything right this moment, so we should be good with that one. With that all done, we should be able to trigger the whole thing to start up again and go. And I hate that I'm going to leave some food on here, but again, I don't really know a way to get rid of it other than making an upgrade to the station, and then it would wipe out that 197 food that's there. But once all these trains upgrade, the food line will never put food back over there. It will only put food over to this train, which will be good. The other little thing I want to do is make some slight adjustments to the pause times on these. I want all of these to sit for 3 minutes and make sure they get complete full loads when they come in here. And this one I've got for 5 minutes. It's going to be fine as well, but I want them to sit for 3 minutes to make sure the trains are fully loaded when they leave out of here. We're not going to make any profit if they're turning and burning with only 33 brick on them, or 50 brick or something like that. They need to make sure that they have a complete full load on them when they head out from now on. So here's our first upgrade coming in. This will change over to a full brick setup, and that is good. And it is probably not going to get any construction materials at all until the next round. I really do need to do something to clean out this stuff. I'm gonna make an update to the platforms eventually, but not right now. All right, there's our first fuel container. And a lot of this change will take a little time to balance out, but in the end, it's gonna do good for us. So while those work, the other thing is I'm gonna add another train onto the food processor line. Oh, a little thunderstorm going on outside. Anyway, I was going to make a little adjustment to this particular line as well. I'm going to add another train onto here to try and get rid of some of this food out of here, because it's just not going down. And even though I put another train on the line to get food into Antioch, that's not doing what I want, because, well, the food's not getting moved out of here fast enough. I need to add a couple more trucks into here to move food. So let me get that done. Yeah, let's get those on the line. That should help alleviate a little bit of this backage. But yeah, the processor's going, well, there's plenty of food up there. There's no need for me to put it on this train. So with that going on, I need to get that food cleaned out of there. So I'm going to go ahead and add another train onto the food processor line just to alleviate all that extra food, because we're never going to move enough food south with the train setup we have, because we're taking twice as much food in as we're bringing out. So I need to do something to alleviate that. So I'm going to go ahead and set up a How Now Brown Cow truck train to go ahead and bring that food out of there. So we'll set this up. We'll set, oh, I don't want two of them. I just want one. I get a little happy with the double click there. And this is going to be nothing but box cars. And we'll set that up. And this will eliminate that backlog of food that is up there. That can only go 238. And we'll add that onto the food processor line, which is Thousand Oaks food processor. I can't read it over there. Game. How about being wise and not sticking it out the side like that? Thousand Oaks food processor. There we go. So that train car will come out. And let's see. That one is upgraded, so we can stop the replacements on that. That's good. This one is upgraded, so we can stop the replacements on it. There we go. And that one doesn't need to be upgraded. So, all right. So we got our big brown cow coming out here. How's that look? Yeah, it's a decent looking train. She's a long one. All right, so let's get on it and take a little ride. And we'll take our first ride of the day for you guys. I always enjoy riding these trains into the freight yard and just seeing them manipulate through the yard and get going. So it's always kind of fun. So I enjoy this little route. So we'll jump on here and we'll take a little ride. Eventually, I still need to smooth all this out and put some trees in here. Make these a little more scenic. So far, so good. No holdups. So this will probably come in and shift us somewhere around midway on the platforms. It's not going to get us all the way over to the food processor side. But then it'll turn and flip right around and zigzag us out over to the food processor. All right, so it's bringing us in here. And then we'll flip around and head right out. Alrighty. See if it loads up at all, or if we just go right out. It is turning right around. Alright, so we'll watch it take out. It's going to hold up that train there. Excuse me, pardon me, coming through. Making my way back out. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. Zigzag, wiggle, wiggle. Zigzag, wiggle, wiggle. Holy cow. Did I pick the wrong time to record this episode? Up and off we go. And it's clear sailing from here on out. Just make our way across the bridge and over to the food processor. I love it when that freight yard works right. Well, luckily I haven't had any real snafus with it. Everything seems to space out and run pretty well. It hasn't been really hard to get that to work. So I've been happy about that. Alright, so that train's going to go out there. It's going to get a lot of food and it's going to bring it back over here. And that will hopefully alleviate a lot of our problems that we've had. So now it's just a matter of time letting everything run and try to build up some income and get us out of these deficits that we were running. Like I said, pretty much nothing was running and making money. So hopefully by switching over here, everything will start making money. We'll start getting some full loads going out. Like this train is completely full of fuel. That should make money. This line should come into the green pretty quick. Or into the black, as you would say. But it should start to make money. This guy should start getting all of the food now and start making his runs. We may have to add a second train onto it. But for now, we'll go with what we got and we'll see how it works out. The icons are going to be a little misleading for the time being because, again, we've got construction materials on the bulk fuel line. They're never going out. I've got bulk fuel for San Jose. That's fine. Fuel going Thousand Oaks on bulk brick. That's never going out. And then all this food that's on the bulk fuel line is never going out. So there's not much I can do about that to get rid of it. So, and then the food that's on the bulk brick, that's never going out either. So there's going to be some numbers that are stuck there until I just destroy this platform or do something to this platform that causes all that to go bye-bye. And eventually that might happen, but for now, it's going to stay the way it is. It'll be a little misleading, but we've gotten rid of the warning message up here that was telling us that we needed to do something about that, which is good because I really had to get all that food out of there because this guy was going to stop production, and he had gone down into the 600s. This was up around 900 food production. and had started to slow down because this thing was getting overwhelmed up here. So this change is going to help us out drastically. We're not going to get as much food going to Thousand Oaks by adding in the third train over here that's doing nothing but hauling food out of there. We're going to be able to just really whittle into these numbers and cut that down, because now we'll be hauling more food out of there than we were before. This train basically will replace the front section of these two trains that wasn't hauling food, and will haul that for us, and that should balance everything out. We should be able to cut these numbers down and alleviate that extra stress. Plus the added train going to Antioch will alleviate a little bit of it as well. So, and the Antioch train is starting to get some food into it now, because apparently I have moved all the food out of the truck station there with those two extra trucks we added in. All right, so that is that, and that little bit of a change hopefully will work for us. The biggest worry is, the trains getting backed up at these stations, but the spacing, if they get right, it shouldn't be an issue. So we'll just keep an eye on it. And we have to keep an eye on distributions just to make sure everything's getting taken to where it needs to be, but everything looks fine. My real worry is now, is Irving going to get enough supplies up here with this system this way? That's my biggest concern. Like this fuel tanker that's coming up here, it has 70 fuel on it. That's pretty good. If each of them brings 70, that's pretty good. So that'll be my biggest concern, is does Irving get enough supplies with the system set up this way? So here's a full food truck coming in, or food train coming in. And let's see how much of it goes to T Oaks and how much of it or goes to Oklahoma City, and how much of it goes to Irving. $3.9 million. I got a feeling all of it is going to Oklahoma City. Yeah, three foods going to Irving. Oh, those people, they better start rationing. They're in trouble. Oh man. All right, so how much food do we have sitting here for bulk food? 119. So right now that train should be able to get up there and back before that builds up. And I'll just have to keep an eye on that. If it gets to where they're leaving out of here and leaving almost a full train load of food on the line, then I'll go ahead and pull another train over and add it to the bulk food line. So, all right, so that's done. That is taken care of. Now, as far as Norwalk, I still haven't figured out what I want to do here. I toy around with this with a couple of different ideas. One of the ideas is to bring a fuel line out of here, turn it, come through here, drop fuel off in Norwalk first, and then go to Antioch with it, and then have it turn around and come back in, and then do a south leg that turns and hits South Bend and goes down this direction to Palm Bay. So I have that idea with fuel. And then as far as the food goes, I'm not going to, I've rethought about what I was doing with food. While this train is coming up here and going to Antioch, there is no need to do a food distribution going south, when all I could do is just bring another train right out of here and bring it in here. I think I'd be killing myself to try and run it here and then down to here and then back to here. I don't know. I might still do that though, because that would give it time to build up supplies on the platform for it, so that when it came in, it would load and then turn around and go back out, and it wasn't sitting still. Whereas if I do two trains, I've got to upgrade the platform and a whole lot of other stuff. Decisions, huh? I don't know. I don't know what the right decision is. And then figuring out how the only other thing I figured out with this is if I upgrade this station to 6 platforms, then I can have 3 incoming and 3 outgoing platforms. But I'm still trying to figure out, like, if I come with an oil train and come around here and come into the first platform and then take it all the way up to Antioch, when I bring it back, how do I bypass? What's a good bypass to bring that train and just completely bypass this station so it can hot foot it on down back to the refinery and get more fuel? And the only thing I'm thinking about is, again, if I bring a line coming this way, maybe it comes in and then tunnels, drops off of this side and tunnels out. Or do I just have it branch off, come around this side of the station, start a tunnel over here, and then go under? Or don't really know. Let's go ahead and upgrade this to 6 platforms. Let's do this much. Let's go ahead and get a fuel line established. Into here. That should be far enough back. All right, so the big issue I have right now is getting over to the fuel station or fuel refinery from here. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to run a track out of this side. No catenary. Normal track. I'm going to come out of here and I'm going to go down. I'm going to come out of here at a normal height first. And then I want to just bring it and drop it down. Maintaining my 75 miles an hour here. I want to maintain as much speed as possible. We'll pull that to there. And then keep going underneath here. Go to there with it. I don't want it to drop too much. As a matter of fact, I want it to drop as little as possible. Yeah, that'll work. Just keep it level going underneath here. Let's have it 75. Where's 75 at? Let's go 75 to there. Level. And then from here, we'll start pulling it 75 and pull it up. Right? Start coming back up out of there. Make that gradual coming out. I don't want to have to do this real fast. Ooh, this road could be in the way. Oops. Nope, that's not what we want. Where's that at? Come on. Oh, okay. Well, some roads got to go away. There we go. Grab that. Come on out at 75. Holy cow, that's a noisy storm outside. There's no lightning in it. It's just noisy. All right, so we got to get back over to this direction. So we got to keep on coming around here. And as I've stated so many times, I'm not going to worry about making some kind of crazy turn to get into here until I get close to the station. I want to maintain my speed as much as possible until I get to the station. And then I'll make my turn at the last moment. Probably right in here. All right, so this is going to be my outgoing, so I need to hit that piece of track there. What does that do for speed? Drops down to 53 at the last minute. Saving. Oh, the autosave is just terrible, man. It slows up your process so much. Slows you up. Can't you see I'm trying to get something done here? Wait, why does it do that? That's disgusting looking. Seriously. Seriously disgusting. And that's even more disgusting. Now I see where the problem's at. Why don't we do that, back it up to there, and see if we can't do this a little bit better coming from this side. Wow, that's 75 the whole way and ties into there. Oh, well, almost ties into there. There, it ties in right there. That's a climb, isn't it? But it works. So that will get us in there. Coming like so. Now the other side of this is, how do I get the bypass in that goes from here back to the other side? And the trick to that is, can I like start over here or to follow this a little bit underneath here? Can I branch off of this tunnel while I'm in the tunnel? Oh, I can. But I want to stay level here. I don't want to come out yet. Oh, this will work. This will work awesome. Nice. So I can get under here, get all the way around here, come to there. Yep. And then I can bring it out at this point, coming up like so. Aha, I have my bypass. That's what I want to do. Nice. That will work. So then my fuel line that is coming out of Antioch, coming back, will never have to go through the station. It can just take a bypass out here and run on through and go straight back down to the refinery, skipping that. Meanwhile, the outbound leg of the refinery can go through the tunnel, come up, hit this first track, unload here in Norwalk, and then continue down the line and go to Antioch. I love it when a plan comes together. That will work. As they say, that dog will hunt. Nice. All right, so that is that. Now, this line here will be an incoming line that will transit back onto this line. So this will be if goods or something is going up to Antioch, it will come through here. I'm trying to think what would be coming through here at this point. I mean, I need fuel, food, construction materials, and goods. So really I need 4 tracks. So fuel is there, food, construction materials, and goods. One of these needs to be a bypass. A return bypass, meaning as it's going to come through here and go completely south and miss this whole train. Though it could use this line here. I could be using it as a full bypass. I might not need all of these lines. How I want to do all this. And did I want to take this tunnel all the way through town so I could build on top of it? That's a whole nother bag of worms to attack. Thinking out loud here, thinking out loud. All right, so at this point, let's just do this. Let's take this line and pull it up here. And oh, I've got to do some work here on this before I do that. I got to pull this up a little bit. Otherwise, it's going to try to put a bridge in here, and I don't want that bridge. So let's pull the line up here. I'll pull the ground up a little bit. Zoom in a little bit so we... Oh, that was kind of overkill. Yeah, I don't really like the terraforming tools in this game. They're not as easy to adjust. You know what I loved was the terraforming add-ons that you get for NAM in SimCity. They had the little bulldozers, and you put a bulldozer down, and then you'd snap a piece of a road through it, and it would bring it up to a predetermined height, like 5 meters or something like that. They were so good. They were so easy to do terraforming with, because you put, like, if you wanted to raise up a whole section right here, you just put a block of them in a straight line, run a piece of track over it, and jump a whole hill up, and everything was nice, clean, and then you just run your track over it. That was a nice little way to do things. All right, so this, now I just got to smooth this out some. See if I can get this somewhat flat. Yeah, let's increase the brush size here. There we go. Sorry, I had a coffin fit right there. All right, that's somewhat better. All right, I know I'm gonna have a goods line coming from up around Irving coming down, and I'm gonna have food coming down into here. So I need at least 2 lines that are coming from the north going into here. And those lines will continue out from here going south. I could possibly have 3 lines that come through this station. So if I take this one over to here, right, like so, right? And then I bring this one over to here, right, like so. Actually, bring it more down like here. Oh, you know what? Forget it. Let's just go ahead and upgrade this to 8 stations. Upgrade 8 platforms. This will solve all my problems. I won't even have to worry about it by doing this. It'll be overkill, but at the end of the day, it will all work. There's that. And there's that going in there like that. Right? Oh, it needs to go a little bit more up. There. That and that. And then we'll do the same thing going south. I didn't need that line, but that's okay. You got 4 lines going north, and then you'll have 4 lines going south. It will all work. We'll bring this one up like so. Oh, I still got a bridge, huh? I don't want a bridge. I still got to work on raising this up a little bit. Well, let's raise that up. Come on. Up, up, up. Up, up. Up, 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 up. Up, 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 up. Smooth. Come on. Come on, tie all that together. Make it nice and clean. All right, let's see if we can get it this time. All right, that will work. That will work. But once again, that dog will hunt. All right, so these are incoming lines, right? So this is a train coming in. I want this to have as much speed as possible coming in. So I'm gonna bring my points a bit further out. And no, I don't really want it to go way out there. I want it to go right there. And that maintains as much speed as possible there. And then I need to get way down here and put one more set of points in that will somehow connect into this. Is it possible to get it way down here? Oh, that works. Does that work? Is that connected to it? It is connected up. So each of these will bring as max speed as they can coming into the station. It doesn't matter as much on this side because the train's coming out of the station on this side, so they can make abrupt turns to get off of it. And then somewhere over here we need to come, let's see where that set of points is that we just put in. There's that set of points there. All right, so right about here, I'm gonna bring off a piece of track here at as high a speed as we can. It's got to come back here a little bit. Come back over here. Come on. At 75 is fine. I don't need it to go that far out. Yep. That's good. All right, so this track is going to be our bypass for the oil rig or for the oil refinery. Let's just bring it around and tie it into this line here. What do you mean construction's not possible? You gotta be kidding me, right? I'll come from the other direction. Anything's possible. I probably should have tunneled that. I probably should continue this tunnel all the way underneath here. And then we can just bring roads and stuff straight off of here. And this will work a lot better. It's still possible to do it. We just have to come back here, bring the track all the way back to here, keep it level, and go all the way to here as a tunnel. And, yeah, let's just not even talk about it. Let's just do it. It'll be expensive, but as far as planning goes, it'll be the smarter thing to do. It'll be the smarter thing to do. Some of y'all probably scratching your head right now. I'm like, why is he doing all this stuff? Because I don't think, because in order to continue this out, right? So this is going to be coming from this direction. You're going to have a train track coming in. That'll be the incoming line to here, here, and here. And then I'll have a train line coming out here. And that'll be the outside line and then the incoming trains on this end. And that all has to come through here. And then I have to get somewhere over to here and get underneath all of this to get out to that side, and I can't do it fast enough to tie it into the station. So that's why I'm doing this bypass. 75, keeping it level so that we just go underneath everybody. Uh, 75 to there. Oh, that's not gonna stay underneath the ground, is it? That's not good. All right, so back up a little bit. Holy cow with the thunder. It's just driving me nuts. The whole house is shaking. All right, this is starting to shape up here. So put that in there, and then this little bit here to there. Terrain alignment collision. Where's the collision at? Why can't we put it here? Back it up some. I will make this work. It will work. Trust me. Anything that I want to do, I can do. Oh, that's sweet right there. That's what we want. Boom. Comes out right there. Then comes on around here at about 75. Stay in level. Boom, like so. And then boom, like so. Was that so complicated? I mean, seriously. Gives us a way to put a road across here, little smoothing tool. Everything's gonna work out. Ha ha ha. I get what I want, and that's all that matters. Now we can put a little road down through here. We can set up some more for other stuff to happen around here. We have room to expand our freight empire. Haha, we'll be able to get rid of this. We'll be able to get rid of this line here and then just have all the freight come in, go to this freight station and be distributed from it. We'll get fuel out of here. We'll get food into here. Life will be good. The people of Norwalk will be so happy. They'll throw a parade in my honor. Not at the next city council meeting. They'll be complaining about the noise ordinance and how the diesels pollute the air around the city and we didn't put enough trees in or something like that. All right, so let's look at our system over here before we wrap up for today, because that's about all we're gonna get taken care of. Over here, food. How much food is left on the bulk fuel food line? 140. I don't know why I can't say that. I want to say bulk food, and then I say bulk fuel, and then I don't know. Bulk is not a word I like either, so it just doesn't roll off the tongue. So fuel, we're leaving a little bit of fuel behind, but here comes a fuel transport. Now look at the numbers. Ooh, we're making some money because we're up to $2.2 billion now. Let's see. Bulk fuel losing $4 million. Bulk food is losing 43K. Bulk brick is losing $3 million, I think it is. Okay, well, maybe not the best idea I had in the world. Food processors making $3.8 million. What else? Anything else? Antioch Food is losing $1 million. The central line is... Oh, we got to do something about the central line. I bet it is packed full. It is 43. Oh, but we're making $7 million in our Kansas City Torrance line. That's good. This line doesn't exist. We need to get rid of it. This line's making 66 million. Not really climbing up to its full potential yet. Let's see. The west line is making 13 million. San Jose Irving. Why is that replacing? That should not be replacing. That's wasting money. So is this one. Why is this replacing? Oh, we're I'm probably losing a lot of money on that. All right, San Jose to Thousand Oaks, that fuel line is making 176K. These numbers seem really low. I mean, it is July, so, but that seems really low. $8 million for the grain shuttle. The airport shuttle losing money, of course. The food processor, 1.7. These numbers seem awfully off. It seems like they would be doing a lot better. Bulk food now losing $5 million. Or bulk fuel. Bulk food suddenly making money. I don't know. We'll give it time to shake out. Things don't necessarily roll off in a day, you know? Sometimes they take a few cycles to work themselves out. Anyways, thanks for watching today, guys. When we come back, we'll finish on working on this whole freight station here and getting these loops done. And well, now we got the fuel loop done, so we can put another fuel train onto here. We'll have to update this station a little bit, but we'll get a fuel train put on there. So we'll get fuel service to Norwalk and Antioch going. We'll get food service going into Norwalk, and then we'll look at, once that's done, I want to continue to build out the pasture line, because we sort of got sidetracked with all this cargo stuff. We need to get from Palm Bay down to here done, and then we also need to look at the central line, as I just said just a second ago. Let's see how many people are waiting on a train here to go on the central. 78 on this end. Yeah, quite a few on this end. So we need to upgrade that central line. So we'll do all that in the next episode, and we'll continue to build on. So thanks for watching. As always, guys, I do hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, consider smacking that like button. It helps me out quite a bit. Everybody says that, I know, but we do mean it. Comment below. Let me know what you think about the series. A lot of you guys are really getting into it, and I'm glad. And several of you guys have told me you've been turned on to the series or turned on to this game by me, and I really appreciate that, man. That's one of the reasons I do things like this. If it's a game I'm passionate about, I play the game and I let you guys see it, so maybe you guys get onto it as well. And so hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Tell your friends about the channel if you do enjoy it, and consider subscribing if you haven't already, and then come join us for a live stream. We've been getting back into it. 6 o'clock in the evenings is right around my start time. Sometimes things get in my way and I start a little bit late, but we're shooting for 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Maybe we're going to move that a little bit earlier, but for right now, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time seems to be pretty good for everybody. So thank you so much. I will see you in the next video. Until then, God bless you. Stay safe. See you next time. Bye-bye.